Jungkook leant against the locker using his cell phone while ignoring his friends who were talking about all kind of stuff, like one of them who went on a blind date and the other one who got rejected. It made him laugh and tease his friend before his eyes shifted to wine. His laugh turned into a smile as he quickly tucked his phone in his pocket. Mike, whoa, where you going? After her? After laughing at my rejection? I'm not letting you. Jungkook, move. She's going to disappear. Mike, you'll have to cross my dead body, he said dramatically. Jungkook, how would you like to die? The others laughed. Jungkook pat his shoulder and ran after Wine. Thankfully, he caught up to her before she disappeared. Curly hair and tan skin, glasses perked up her nose, and headphone around her neck. He slowed down, slipped his hand in his pockets, and quietly walked after her. He admired this girl for quite some time now. The whole school might be crazy after him, but he was crazy after her. So, once he approached her, and now they're good friends. Wine? He called. She turned as he raised to something in his hand, showing it to her. With a confused expression, she walked over to him and smiled. Wine. Movie tickets? Jungkook. Tonight? Wine. Um, let's see. Jungkook, come on. I'll pick you up. When she smiled, it clicked. She was teasing him, and he groaned. Jungkook, you're teasing me because of last time. Wine. I mean, you drew that doodle on my notebook. I was taken to the principal's office because of that. Jungkook. It didn't draw him that bad now. It's his problem. He got offended. Wine. I still got in trouble. No? Jungkook. That's why I got us movie tickets. I'm trying to make it up. So let's go. Hmm? Wine. If you insist. She chuckled, dropping the act, and took the ticket from him. Wine. Let's sit together during lunch break. She waved after saying that and left for her class. Jungkook threw his fist in air, happy about his achievement. At this rate, he was going to win her over soon, and he swore he would take her on a date every week. As he left for his class as well, he saw students fangirling over him, something he was used to. He took the class impatiently, and once it was finally over, he rushed over to cafeteria to finally be with her again. His feet stopped midway when he saw her outside the school through the window. She was with another man, and he tilted his head. He couldn't hear what they were talking about, but that unknown person guy removed his muffler and wrapped it around her neck. Wine seemed quite happy and hugged the other guy tightly after that. He poked his inner cheek. This was not right. She promised to go on a movie with him tonight. He stayed for another minute and he was already regretting. The guy kissed her head and something inside Jungkook blew up. He marched outside. His heavy steps echoed through the place, putting a stop to Wine and the unknown guy's conversation and laughter. Wine looked at Jungkook and raised her hand to wave at him. But before any of them could blink an eye, Jungkook strode over to her, grabbed her wrist, and kissed her. Wine's hand froze mid-air, eyes wide and body still. Jungkook closed the distance between the two, tilting his head before he pulled back once the other guy cleared his throat. Wine gulped and touched her lips, still in shock what happened. Louis, you didn't tell me you have a boyfriend? The unknown guy asked, and Jungkook took a daring step towards him. Jungkook, that's her private life. She doesn't have to report everything to others. Louis seemed much older than both of them, probably graduated and doing great in his practical life, but it was not going to intimidate Jungkook at all. Louis raised a brow and stepped forward. Wine instantly got in between the two, letting out a panicked laugh. Wine, ah, Uppa, he's just joking. Jungkook, Uppa? Wine cleared her throat and gestured at Jungkook. Wine, so, that's Jungkook. We study together, and that's my older brother, Louis. He serves in national forces. That anger and jealousy, burning inside Jungkook, vanished into thin air. Military. He was her older brother, tattooed in military. Jungkook didn't know what to do about that information other than playing it cool. Jungkook, nice to meet you. As she informed you, I'm Jungkook studying data sciences alongside your sister. He extended his hand calmly, even if his inside was a mess. If there was one thing he knew for sure, he was too embarrassed, and this embarrassment was going to haunt him in his nightmare every night. Louis shook his hand cautiously and then never let it go. Louis, are you two in a relationship? Jungkook, yes. He replied without hesitation, and Vine's brother eyed him suspiciously. Vine, come on, you're being scary for nothing. She jumped in between them again to ease the tension a little bit. Vine, ahem, so Jungkook, Upa got a holiday and came to surprise me. I'm going home with him. I'll see you, tonight. Louis, what's tonight? Wine. Oh, we are going to watch a movie. Louis, listen, boy. I raised her like my daughter. If you ever hurt her, Jungkook, you are going to kill me. Her brother nodded, and Wine laughed nervously and started to drag her brother away from there. Wine, what's wrong with you seriously? Usually people lost their cool before her brother, but she was genuinely impressed with how Jungkook kept his ground and never backed off. A smile appeared on her lips, but when she turned to look at him from the distance, he had a hand over his heart, trying to process what just happened. That reminded her he kissed her too, just like that, and suddenly she wanted to scream. Later at night, Jungkook and Won watched a movie together. It was a romantic plus comedy themed movie. They had a good time. Nothing out of the ordinary other than just friends having a movie time. Until it was over and they were out now having an ice cream while watching cars passing by. Jungkook, I wanted to talk about what happened earlier. I believe I have something to explain. She bit her lip and looked down at her ice cream. Wine, you're not going to kiss me again, right? Tell me, so I can save my ice cream. She mumbled and he chuckled, grateful that the tension had eased a little. Jungkook, I know. It was out of the blue, and I didn't take your permission. You probably wanted to slap me too. I mean, who knows? But I can't seem to apologize for it. Jungkook, I'm not sorry over what I did, and if I get a chance, I'll kiss you 1,000 times over. Now that I have tasted the lips, I don't think I can ever stop obsessing over them. Ryan, he said as he held her hands, gently rubbing his thumb against her knuckles. Jungkook, will you go out with me? He made an eye contact with her. It felt so beautiful, yet every passing second made him have a nervous breakdown. Ryan, you know, you'll have to handle my Upa and his threats. Jungkook, I'm swearing to protect you. You think I cannot handle your brother? She chuckled a little, then nodded. A sigh of relief escaped his lips as he instantly pulled her in his embrace and brushed his fingers through her hair. Jungkook, now that I have a very dangerous person from the army keeping an eye on me, I guess I'll have to keep you happy to stay alive. Wine, you will, or you will die. Hmm? He chuckled and kissed her temple. Jungkook, I would rather choose to live with you instead.